Today, we will be telling you all about the Coleman Evaluation of Living Skills, also known as the Kels. The Kels was designed by an OT, Linda Coleman Thompson. Its purpose is to determine an individual's ability to function in basic living skills. Its main goal is to identify an individual's level of function in order to facilitate successful integration of the individual into his or her environment. It is used most commonly to screen if individuals are competent in skills necessary to live on their own in the community or if further assistance is necessary. The Kels examines 17 living skills within 5 categories, which include self-care, safety and health, money management, transportation and telephone use, and work and leisure. The Kels was initially designed to be used for individuals in short-term inpatient psychiatric settings. With its functional approach, it has since been expanded to be used with the geriatric population, acute care hospitals when planning discharge, and individuals with cognitive disorders such as brain injuries or Alzheimer's disease. Practitioners should keep in mind that this assessment is not suitable for individuals who have been hospitalized for over 1 month or have been in any setting for a long length of time because the living skills assessed will have changed dramatically due to their stay in the facility. Additionally, some items assessed may not be relevant to individuals living in rural areas, such as using public transportation. Practitioners should also keep in mind that this assessment was not developed using a normative population. The Kels we are discussing today is the 3rd edition. This edition was published in 1992. The assessment has been revamped recently, though. In 2016, Linda Coleman Thompson and Reggie Robnett released the 4th edition of the Kels with various important updates. As you can imagine, basic living skills have transformed in the last 26 years since the Kels 3rd edition came out. Feedback from OTs around the country was gathered at the AOTA National Conference in 2011 and through subsequent surveys completed by practitioners who did and did not attend the conference. Using this feedback, the 4th edition updated many of the skills tested by adding use of electronic devices, such as computers and cell phones, as well as electronic banking in the money management portion. The home safety scenarios have also been updated to represent 21st century life. The premise of the Kels is still the same, and the same areas of functioning are being assessed, but this update was very much needed in the field. Moving back to the Kels 3rd edition, this assessment has been shown to have strong reliability and validity. The Kels manual reports on 6 studies that examine psychometric properties. A study conducted by Alika and Hoffman on a psychiatric population found its inter-rater reliability to range from 0.74 to 0.94. Also with psychiatric populations, concurrent validity has been established with the Global Assessment Scale and the Bay Area Functional Performance Evaluation. Alika and Hoffman found a correlation within the range of 0.78 to 0.89 between the Global Assessment Scale and the Kels. Kaufman found a correlation of negative 0.84 with the Kels and the Bay Area Functional Performance Evaluation. This correlation is negative because higher scores on the Bay Area Functional Performance Evaluation correlate with lower scores on the Kels. Additionally, predictive validity has been assessed. In a study of geriatric patients, the Kels was found to be 100% accurate in predicting successful community placement 40 to 60 days after discharge from an inpatient facility. The studies listed within the manual were conducted between 1981 and 1987, which was during the run of the 2nd edition of the Kels. While the basic structure of the Kels has remained the same, it has obviously changed with each edition, and there has been little psychometric research performed and published on the newer editions. This assessment is still widely used, though, and found to be very helpful by many occupational therapists in various settings.
The newest edition of the Kels is available through the AOTA online store. The full administration manual is priced at $140 or $99 for AOTA members. The administration materials in today's demonstration are from the 3rd edition, which can be purchased on Amazon for $244.08 or more. Testing materials are copyrighted and should not be reproduced without permission from the publisher, except for educational purposes only. Administration of the Kels consists of 17 living skills across 5 areas: self-care, safety and health, money management, transportation and telephone, and work and leisure. Examples of individual items include budgeting money for food, mobility within community, and leisure activity involvement. Living skill evaluation items may include a specific task or interview questions to be asked by the evaluator verbatim. The administration manual provides specific instructions and questions printed in bold italicized letters for each item. To administer the Kels, various materials and forms are necessary, most of which can be found in the appendices of the Kels manual. These materials are designed to simulate real-world situations, such as identifying dangerous scenarios, looking up numbers in a phone book, paying for items with bills and receiving change, and writing checks. The reading and writing form is completed by the client prior to the actual assessment of living skills, and it may not directly inform whether he or she can live independently, but it acts as a supplement to the evaluation by providing information regarding the client's current cognitive function, including orientation and memory, and reading and writing skills. The form prompts the client to identify his or her name, address, and age, and the current date. Part of the form is used as a self-report method to identify self-care skills in the second task of the assessment. Paper forms may be photocopied for further administrations of the Kels. To score each item, the evaluator will determine whether the client can perform that living skill independently or if they need assistance based on criteria defined in the administration manual. When completing the scoring sheet, the Kels manual recommends completely shading in the appropriate scoring box to allow healthcare professionals to efficiently visualize and interpret the results. 0 points are scored for independent performance, and 1 point is assigned for items marked needs assistance. Under the work and leisure category, items marked needs assistance should be scored as half point. Upon completion of all 17 items, the evaluator totals the scores. A total score of 5.5 or lower indicates the client is able to live independently, and 6 or more indicates that he or she needs assistance to live in the community. Full administration of the Kels assessment takes approximately 20 to 30 minutes. Before administering the Kels, the evaluator should determine the client's current living situation, including location and cohabitants, to help inform the interpretation of the results. For example, the client may not need to perform some skills to live independently because a spouse or roommate fulfills those duties. During administration, the evaluator should sit across the table or between the client and the score sheet to prevent the scoring from becoming a distraction. Additionally, they should stay on topic and be brief with questioning, avoiding using additional comments unless necessary to help the client refocus their attention to the task.
Hi, John.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, today I will be giving you an evaluation of living skills. The reason I am giving you this evaluation is to help determine your specific skills and to assist in intervention and discharge planning. It will take approximately 20 to 30 minutes to administer. I may be writing down notes as the evaluation progresses. If you have any questions, feel free to stop me at any time. At the end of the evaluation, I will go over the results with you. Are you ready to begin?
I'm ready.
Okay. John appears well kept. His hair is combed, his clothes are not ragged or torn, and they are properly fastened. He appears to have showered recently, and there is no visible dirt on his clothes or his body. Great job, John! I'm going to show you 4 pictures. There may be a dangerous situation in them, or there may not be anything dangerous at all. Look carefully at each of them. You must decide if there's anything dangerous in the pictures.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Do you see anything dangerous in this picture?
The cord is crossing the hallway and someone could trip on it.
Okay. Do you see anything dangerous in this picture?
He is standing on some books that could slip off the chair.
Okay. Do you see anything dangerous in this picture?
Nope, looks good.
Do you see anything dangerous in this picture?
Nope, that one's good too.
Okay. I'm going to give you $2, and you are going to buy this deck of cards from me.
Okay.
The deck of cards costs $1.58, including tax. You can see. You give me the $2, and I will give you change.
Okay.
Is that the right amount of change?
There's a quarter, a dime, and 2 pennies, so 37 cents from $2. No, this is not the right amount of change.
How much change should you have gotten?
42 cents.
Okay. All right, now I can take that change back from you. Very valuable. And I am going to give you $1, and you're going to buy this bar of soap from me.
Okay.
It is 23 cents. So you're going to give me the $1, and I will give you change. Is that the right amount of change?
Okay, there's a half dollar, a quarter, 2 pennies, so 77 cents from $1. Yes, this is the right amount.
Okay. Great job, John. Now we're going to talk about transportation. How do you get from one place to another in Madison?
I usually take the bus, but I also have a car.
Okay. When was the last time you took the bus?
This morning.
When was the last time you used your car?
Saturday.
Okay. Great job, John. And finally, we're going to talk about some leisure activities. So what do you do in your leisure or free time?
I like to play guitar or watch TV.
Do you do those activities with other people?
Sometimes watching TV.
Okay. Do you do anything else in your free time?
Nope, that's it.
All right. When is the last time you played guitar?
Yesterday.
When was the last time you watched TV?
Also yesterday.
Okay. Sounds good. So we will go over your results next.
Sounds good.
John's appearance was appropriate, so we will mark that independent. His answers to his frequency of self-care activities was appropriate as well. John's awareness of dangerous household situations he needs assistance with because he did not recognize one of the dangerous situations. He did appropriately identify the actions for sickness and accidents, so that would be independent. His knowledge of emergency numbers was appropriate, and so is his knowledge of location of medical and dental facilities. John recognized how much change he was supposed to receive, so his use of money was independent. He identified how to obtain and maintain his source of income. He appropriately budgeted money for food. However, he did not appropriately budget money for his monthly income. He did use the bank forms independently and was able to recognize and pay his bills. When talking about transportation, he identified an independent form of transportation throughout the community that was not walking. And he provided basic knowledge of the transit system. His use of the phone book and telephone was not as great, though. He does have plans for future employment, but he only identified 2 leisure activities, and you need to identify 3, so that needs assistance as well. Looking at these, we can add 1 point for every need assistance for these first 4 categories, so it'll be 1, 2, 3. And then for work and leisure, those are only half a point. So his total score would be 3.5, which is under 5, which means that John can return living independently at home. Great job, John.